Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, I'm playing the Tier 9 Russian premium destroyer Neustrashimy. I am divisioned with Ram, who's playing the Tier 9 French battleship Alsace. Matchmaking? Well, matchmaking's not too bad. It is a mixed tier match, but we're top tier. And Neustrashimy generally does pretty well in top tier. Looking at the opposition, got Shiratsuyu, Oland, Fletcher. Yeah. Neustrashimy can hold its own against pretty much any of those. There's really not much in the way of radar threat. Lexington does pose a little bit of a problem, but with smoke and defensive fire, probably not much. And there's not a whole lot of cruiser threat. So we got Riga, Hipper, Zara. Any of the three, if they catch Neustrashimy at relatively close range, can tear it up. Just really true of pretty much any of those three ships if they catch a DD of any kind. But with a heal, as long as you don't get sunk, you can fall back, heal up, and re-engage. Especially since, well, with the exception of the Zara, most of the damage you're taking from cruisers will probably be in the form of HE. You can see in the chat there that I've told anyone behind me that I am radio located, and very often that means that there will be torpedoes on my position, or whoever happens to be radio located, just like I'm getting ready to torpedo where my radio location indicator is telling me that there's an enemy ship. Now, the way that it just shifted tells me that there's something on the other side of the island. So I'm going to torp through this gap. And you'll see that I made sure that the torpedoes that were in the spread that were on the left-hand side of the spread made it through, because given where the indicator's pointing, that seems to be the most likely chance of hitting something. So the torpedoes on the right-hand side of the spread might catch the edge of the island. I wanted to make sure the torpedoes on the left side made it through, and you can see that that's kind of what happens here. So 6 torpedoes make it through. And I really do think I'm going to catch the Fletcher here. And I'm positioning so that if the Fletcher throws torpedoes through the gaps, they won't have much of a chance of hitting me. And now I can cap. So anytime that you're considering whether or not the radio location skill is worthwhile, remember this video. It doesn't always work out that nicely, but in this game it sure did. I don't think Shiratsuyu is going to be able to get anywhere near the cap, so I think I've got this cap. I just have to be careful that I don't need any torpedoes from Shiratsuyu. Shiratsuyu, it can take smoke or it can take torpedo reload booster, so with a decent range on those torpedoes, it is a threat. I have to be careful here. You can see the torpedo range on Neustrashimy is only 10 kilometers, which in the current game meta with quite a bit of 12-kilometer Russian radar can be a little bit of a challenge, but just by playing cautiously, you can very often, just like I did with the Fletcher, you can catch people with it. Now I know it's not very exciting, but I'm just reversing in here to try to get an opportunity to use these torpedoes without going nose in. Because if I go nose in and I get detected by Shiratsuyu, let's say I spin the ship around, accelerate north, and then Shiratsuyu detects me. Well, I'm kind of forced at that point to smoke up because 1, 2, 3, 4 enemy ships, all of which can do massive damage. Now, it looks like to me like Zara just hasn't loaded in. And, you know, if that's the case, I'm sorry for the enemy team. We've all been there. But I would still be nose into Lyon, Lyon, and Massachusetts, which I really, really do not want to do. So I'll just keep backing up and hope that well, no, he's turning out. I was hoping that maybe Lyon would keep heading south, but he's not. Massachusetts is currently, but I think all of them are probably pretty aware of what happened to the Fletcher and trying their best to avoid that happening to their battleship. So you can see I pinged that the Shiratsuyu is on the outside now. So we've got our Bismarck, and also Ram is in position where he could potentially be torped. Might be tough for Shiratsuyu to get in position to torp him where he's at, but it's possible. The Bismarck is really the one that I was concerned about. Oh, if only these had 12 kilometers of range. But nope. So we lose our Akatsuki. Bad guys lose a Hipper. And I have not really done a whole heck of a lot other than catch Fletcher in his smoke. I think I'm going to go over here and see if I can help our Bismarck. I don't think these battleships are going to be heading into the cap. We've got Riga and Ram both right here to dissuade them if they do. And maybe I can catch the Shiratsuyu here and finish him off. And yep. AP's not doing anything. Switch to HE. Almost avoided all the torps, but that's fine. Got a heal. And the angle he is now, even if he has reload booster, he's not going to be able to get out the shot right away. Yeah, he was in big trouble. Leon's guns will be back up shortly, so I'll just smoke up here. I wasn't able to finish him myself, but I helped the Bismarck finish him off. And you can see our team pushed through the middle. We've got an Akazuki out there, Daka against the Izumo, Gascon, and Riga. He's got Massachusetts backing him up. We had a Nagato and a Cleveland that side, Izumo on the flank, and our Shikaku is, well, making pretty decent use of the planes to keep the Elan spotted. And now I'm convinced the Zara just never loaded in. I mean, he may, you just never know. He may load in at any time. You don't want to be too reckless, but right now I'm just waiting on the Leon. I want it, there he is. Okay. Now I'm going to use the island here to stay out of sight. And my hope is that I can just, by remaining out of sight, kind of whisper to Leon, "You're fine, you're safe, you got nothing to worry about." Guessing the Leon is going to go nose into the Bismarck. I can push in closer to the Zara. Zara is definitely just AFK or never loaded in. Put the island between myself and the Leon, although I'm sure he's very busy with Bismarck. Secondaries on Zara are going. And I do manage to catch the Leon over there on the corner on the 10 line. And just like that, this game is comfortably in the bag. We've lost 3 ships, Bismarck, Galizia, and Akatsuki. Bad guys, well, they've lost considerably more. We've got 880 points and counting. They're 215. We've got 2 out of the 3 caps. Down goes Riga. This is going to be over very soon. So why show you this video? Well, because I love the Neustrashimy. It's not the world's best DD, but it is super fun and it's got a lot of tools. I didn't get to use them all in this game, but it's just a very fun destroyer to play. And if you like the Russian playstyle, you'll enjoy this. It's a DD that I really, really recommend. Thanks a lot for joining me. Please like, please subscribe. See you next time.